Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. How are we doing today? Alhamdulillah. اليوم بإذن الله راح نتناول الصف الثالث والرابع الابتدائي مادة اللغة الإنجليزية Unit Food Words. معكم المعلمة سارة الشبيكي. As always, it is a pleasure. So let's go over our classroom agreements. Make sure that you have found a comfortable place. Make sure it's quiet and that you're sitting ready to learn. Also, please be sure to have something to eat before class. If you're hungry, pause the video, have a snack, and come back. We will be doing a lot of writing today. Can you show me your notebooks? Yes, we will be writing more words than the ones that your book needs. So make sure that you have the notebook nearby so that we can write on the side. Also, don't forget your We Can Too book. So, let's go over what we did last time. Do you remember what we did last time? Do you? Yes, we learned to chant the cookie jar chant using good rhythm by clapping your hands. We learned to say the question, who took the cookies from the cookie jar? 3 times, fast, just like a game. So, how about we go over the chant one more time together? Believe me, this will get you off your seat. It's so exciting. Are you ready? Try to repeat as you listen.
Hello, do you want to play a game with me? Yes, please. Let's play the cookie jar chant. You'll be number 9 and I'll be number 10. Okay, great. Let's start. Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Number 9 took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Not me. Then who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Number 10 took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Not me. Then who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Number 9 took the cookies from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Not me. Then who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Who took the cookies from the cookie jar? Number
Okay, was that fun? Yes, it was so much fun. The girls had so much fun recording this chant. So let's just notice the numbers that they used. What numbers did you hear? Number 9 took the cookies from the cookie jar. Number 10 took the cookies from the cookie jar. So they chose those 2 numbers. The numbers behind me are 2, 4, and 10. You can choose any numbers to use for this game. Okay? Now, let's go over today's objectives. Let's read them together. Today we will use indefinite article, the indefinite article A, using the. A, yes, a something or the something. We will use regular plural formation correctly in context. We will use simple words and numbers. We will count from 1 to 10, also backwards. We will identify different types of food assigned in the lesson. We will match words to photos and drawings. We will read simple short sentences. We will spell sight words correctly. We will use lined paper with headline, baseline, and midline. Clear? Okay, so we are now getting used to looking at pictures before the lesson begins. So let's look at these pictures together. You will use what you learned from these pictures for the rest of the lesson. Let's call this a warm-up. Okay, now let's begin. Over here we see, yes, I see different kinds of fruit. Is there a fruit that you already know from the previous lessons? Yes, there's 2 colors of the same fruit. Yes, we have a green apple and a red apple. We know what an apple is, right? What other fruit do you notice? Yes, we have here an orange and a banana. Are there other fruits that you don't know? Maybe you know them, but you're not sure of the name yet. Look at this one over here. Yum. Can you guess what this one is? Keep this one in mind. We will go over them at the end of the lesson. So here, what do we see? What types of food do you see? They're kind of similar, but they're also different, right? They kind of remind me of bread, right? So let's look at the picture together. What do you remember from the previous lesson? We took pizza, correct. We have one slice over here. We have one slice over here. What else do you see that you think you know? Right? Over here we have a loaf of bread. We cut them in half and then we put inside. What do you like to put inside your sandwich? Right? We use bread to make sandwich. There's another kind of bread over here. It's a different kind of bread. It looks differently, but you can use it to make a sandwich. Right? Okay. Now let's continue. She is preparing a pizza. Excellent job. She finished one pizza over here. And over here she is still preparing. What is she doing with her hand? She's holding the dough. Yes, before the pizza is baked, it's called a dough. She's kneading it. She's preparing it so that she can put all the toppings of the pizza. Sometimes we put onions, mushrooms. What do you like to put on top of the pizza? Pineapples, right? What do you like? People put different things on top of pizzas. And speaking of toppings, this boy is, what is he doing? He is chopping vegetables because he is making a salad. Right, we always have a salad on the side, right? So he is chopping the vegetables to make a bowl of salad. On this picture here, what do we see? Interesting. I see different, just like we said about salad, different bowls of soup. Excellent. So keep this one in mind, boys and girls, because we cannot say, I see different soups. We can only say different bowls of soup. We will tell you why later on. So let's look at this one. He is holding a sandwich. That's a big sandwich. What kind of sandwich do you like? You can put different things. Just like a pizza, you can put anything inside a sandwich that you like. Okay. Now look at this picture, boys and girls. What do you see? Let's read together. Rice is a kind of plant. You know what a plant is, right? Maybe you have a plant in your house. When you go out, you see plants growing from the ground. So because we have rice as a main dish in many of the food that we eat, it's interesting to keep in mind that a rice looks like this. Can you imagine? This is how rice looks like when it comes from the ground. All right, let's read this one more time. Rice is a kind of plant. Now, speaking of plants, we also love to eat a kind of food called potatoes. Do you like potatoes? This is how potatoes look like when they are plants. Many of the food that we eat come from the ground, right? Can you think of a few? Yes, they come in trees, just like apples. But a potato, it comes from under the ground. So they don't take it from trees. They have to pull the plant, and then the potatoes are under the ground, just like this. You see this is the ground, and this is the potato under the ground. Read with me. Potatoes grow under the ground. Okay, are you feeling warmed up? See how you have all these pictures in your mind? You have new information maybe? So we're ready to open page 14. Excellent. Show me your books. Open page 14. We will see different kinds of food. Now listen, point, and say what you hear and see. What do we see over here? Apple. Maybe you want to write the word apple in your notebook. Apple. Apple grows in a tree, just like the picture. Pizza. Pizza. Here we have a pizza pie. Salads. Can we say salads? No. We can say a. What is this? What do you see over here? This is a bowl of salad. Soup. Also, a bowl of soup. What kind of soup do you think this is? There's a plant. Yes, here we have tomatoes. This is a tomato soup. What other kind of soup can you think of? Maybe onion soup, French onion soup, right? Orange. Can you point at the orange on page 14? Orange. Orange. Again, rice. Rice. Do we say rices? We can say a grain of rice, but we can never say rices. Over here we have a bowl of rice, right? Sandwich. Can we say sandwiches? Yes, we can say sandwiches. So boys and girls, this is a new kind of fruit called apricot. It also grows on a tree. Can you say apricot with me? Apricot. Apricot. What color is the apricot? It has an orange color, right? Looks very yummy. Apricot. And our kapsa. What is kapsa made of? You know what it's made of. It's made of, remember that plant that comes from the ground? It's made of rice, yes. What other rice dishes can you think of other than kapsa? I know people who like salig. It's a kind of rice dish. There's also, can you think of another one? I'm thinking of two right now. Okay, you tell me. There are different rice dishes all over the world with different names. Okay, so let's read this together. Did you know that there are things that we count and things we don't count? What does this question mean? Show me your fingers. By count, I can say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 apples. Can I say 1, 2, 3 rices? We talked about this, right? Can I say 1, 2, 3 soups? No. So some things are countable. You can use numbers to count. and some things you measure. You put them inside something. You can put them in a jar. You can say a jar of rice. You can say, right, a bowl of soup. Let's continue. So over here we have a glass of water. Can we say, can I have 2 waters, please? No. I can say, can I please have 2 bottles of water or 2 glasses of water, right? So we need to say the name of the thing or the container that the water is inside of it. Here we have a bowl of soup. Clear? More things that we can't count, as we mentioned earlier. Salad. We have to say, this is a bowl of salad. This is 1 cup of rice. So we measure, we see the amount by using a cup. We don't count them like apples and apricots and oranges. Okay? What about these ones over here? We have 1, 2, 3. I see 3 bananas. I see how many apples? Did you notice this one? Right, there's 2 apples, but we wrote, this is the number 3, so I'm going to say I see 2 apples. Excellent. So we can count 1, 2. So also on page 14, now that we already know that there are things that we can count by using numbers and other things that we don't count with numbers, but we measure. Let's continue on page 14. Listen, point, and say. Okay, boys and girls. Now listen, point, and say. Are you ready? Number 1. Apple, apple, apple. Okay, so how many apples do we see? Show me with your fingers. 3 apples. Maybe you want to write this in your notebook. Open your notebooks. Let's write this together. Apple. A, P, P, L, and E. Number 2. Pizza. 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 We can say 3 pizzas. Point. Did you find it on page 14? Excellent. Number 3. Salad. 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 Please challenge yourself. Challenge yourself and write with me. Okay? You can read and write at the same time. I think you can. Right? Okay. Number 4. Soup. 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 Number 5. Orange. 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 Number 6. Rice. 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 Now I just want to make a comment on the letter C. When we use C, usually, or sometimes we say K, as in cow. Over here we write the letter C and we actually say S, as in rice. Why do you think that is? There can be a reason. You see this E over here? and this I over here. So we have a long I, and it ends with an E. So over here, the C is pronounced S, as in rice. Okay? Keep that one in mind. Number 7. Sandwich. 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 Number 8. Apricot. 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 I just want to check with you. Are you writing with me? Push yourself a little bit. It's okay. The only way to learn is to really push yourself so that you can be proud of yourself, right? Show me what you've written. Now go back to the first page from when we started. See the difference? You should be proud of yourself. Excellent. Show me your pencils. Did you write the word apricot? Okay. Number 9. Kapsa. 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 Did you point at the pictures as you were writing also? Excellent. Can you read them and say them? Were you able to match the word with the photo? Yes? Okay. Now on page 15, open page 15. Now we will count. Show me your 10 fingers. Yes, show them to me. Yes, raise them. This is 1, because this one's busy. So this is 5, and another 5. That's 10. Let's count from 1 to 10 together. Are you ready? Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now let's do them together. Let's do from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. So let's listen together. Now we're going to point real quickly and look at, yes, we're going to count and point. Ready? Let's do this. 1, orange. 2, apples. 3, pizzas. 4, sandwiches. 5, carrots. 6, onions. 7, bananas. 8, cherries. At the beginning, we said we were going to bring this up. This kind of fruit is called a cherry. Okay? It's nice and red and sweet. 9, cookies. 10, potatoes. So after all this counting, are we ready to write? Now open your Weekend 2 books on page 75. Let's trace these words together. Let's go. So the first one is orange. orange. Next we have pizza. Pizza. Then we have a bowl of soup. We have kabsa. Kabsa. There you go. We have one apple. Apple. Did you have a chance to write them with me? Trace them with me? Okay, now we are going to, on page 76, trace from 1 to 10. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's trace them backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Is it fun to write? I find it very relaxing. Now let's continue. So we are going to write lowercase s and lowercase t on pages 75 and 76. S, as in soup. S. T. Can you think of a word that starts with T? Okay, so if you didn't have a chance to finish with me, please continue finishing pages 75 and 76 for home learning. Now let's go over what we did today. Today we learned how to point and say 5 kinds of food. Here we have 1 and here we have 2. Can you think of 3 more? Maybe you like a sandwich, maybe you like a bowl of soup. We also learned how to count from 1 to 10, right? And from 10 to 1. Can you count backwards from 10 to 1? Excellent job. And that's it for today, boys and girls. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. Until we meet again next time, inshallah. See you soon.